This blurry sonar image, it could be the key to solving a mystery dating back more than 70 years. A team of researchers investigating aviator Amelia Earhart's disappearance say this could show a piece of wreckage from her plane. Earhart and her navigator, they went missing in a 1937 quest to circumnavigate the globe around the equator. And the grainy sonar image, it was recorded last year when search teams scanned the ocean floor near Nikomaroro Island in the South Pacific. But it was March before an analyst made the connection to Earhart's missing aircraft. Now, I want to bring in the man who heads up the organization that captured that image. Rick Gillespie is the executive director of the International Group for Historic Aircraft Recovery. He joins us via Skype from Wilmington in the U.S. state of Delaware. Thank you so much for joining us. And you've been looking into this case for 25 years. Is that grainy image a big breakthrough for you?
Yeah, I'd call it a big breakthrough. Whether it turns out to be the smoking gun that we've been looking for 25 years or another disappointment remains to be seen. But you know, this isn't my first rodeo. We've had great leads before. Some of them have turned out to be just what we thought they were and moved us further along on the investigation. Others have turned out to be something else. This one is promising. It's the right size, it's the right shape, it's in the right place.
If it is, if she was there on that island in the Pacific, what do you believe happened to Amelia Earhart and her navigator on that island?
The picture is quite clear right now. You remember, we've been working on this for 25 years, on all sorts of research, 10 expeditions out there. Here's what happened, or appears to have happened. She, having failed to find her original destination, Howland Island, she did find this uninhabited coral atoll that has a reef that surrounds it, that's smooth enough to land on, and it dries at low tide. She made a landing, came to a safe stop on the wheels, and sent radio distress calls for at least 5 nights after she arrived, widely heard and believed. But then rising tides and surf washed the airplane over the edge of the reef, where it breaks up in the surf and the wreckage tumbles down the reef slope. Earhart and Noonan end up marooned on a desert island, where they survive for a time, but eventually die. Her partial remains were found in 1940 by a British administrative officer, but misidentified. At first he thought he'd found Amelia Earhart, but then a doctor told him it was probably a man, and so they dropped the whole thing. We've found the Castaways campsite where she died. We've recovered artifacts there that speak of an American woman in the 1930s. Later, when the island is inhabited, the islanders who live there find airplane pieces washed up that they use for their local purposes, cut them up for fishing lures and so forth. Then the island is later abandoned again. In the now abandoned native village, we find pieces of airplane debris that are consistent with Earhart's airplane, but nothing yet that's got a serial number on it. No remains that have DNA. We need that smoking gun.